We're gonna read Agron's message. Shout out to my boy Hammer. Amazing video. Got Agron to respond. I'm gonna zoom in as well. I don't usually get too much into replying. You don't usually get too into replying to stuff like this in YouTube comments, but I hear you. It's hard to get into super specifics for a few reasons. One, it's sometimes tricky to talk about the future. We don't always know exactly what we are doing in a year, 2 years, etc. One of the nice things about our team is that we can kind of adjust our plans quickly. Huge dev teams with hundreds of developers have extremely deep pipelines that really struggle to change quickly once they are moving in a certain direction. We are smaller, so we can pivot, and that's one of the things I love about working on Classic. So we've been following our nose and making these pivots as the train is moving down the tracks. A good example of walking goes slightly awry when you speak too soon is the Warcraft Direct. It was mentioned that Naxx was the final phase in our presentation for that. At the time, it was our intention for Naxx to be the final full phase, and that whatever else we wanted to tackle would be a sort of 7.1 or 7.5, but not phase 8. This is what I mean by the communication. Having a deep pipeline of what's coming stops the theory crafting and the doomsaying. Because people are going to doomsay when they don't have a clear vision or a clear future. Since then, the team came together, and between how much fun we had on our having with building Khazad Crypt and Scarlet Enclave, we are all in on a really great, really robust phase 8. So yes, the Scarlet Enclave raid is real. I wish I could tell you more about it, more, because it, to me, as a developer on the Classic team since day one, is the most exciting thing I've gotten to work on yet. That's amazing news. That is genuinely huge. Imagine how much hype we would have had if they had announced this at Warcraft Direct. Do you think SOD would have had the decline it did? If they had announced this at Warcraft Direct last November, SOD hype would be through the roof. We're talking 150k, 200,000 active players. They would be mad, and I mean that, mad goddamn hype about the future of SOD and the future of Classic. But not giving people the option of being able to be excited for the future because phase 7's the end made a lot of people just be like, alright, whatever, I'll go next. Giving too much info early can be harmful because the TLDR nature of communication and info sharing these days, and the reality is that the question of when does SOD end is a question with a lot of nuance. We could say phase 8 is the final phase, and all those hundreds of people you mentioned who are saying, well, it's start now, but it's about to end, will just hear it's over. And then they never think about it again. I disagree with this. They probably have data to kind of probably back up their point of view. But in my opinion, if they just said phase end is the end and that's it, no more, of course. But I'm going to get to it down here where they say that there is a future. All they have to do is say phase 8 is the end of SOD, but there is a huge upcoming future. We can't get into details now, but enjoy SOD and enjoy phase 8 and the little sprinkles afterwards until we're ready to unveil what's next. That would have been huge, staggering for Classic and the whole community. The reality is we think there are many, many more months of content in SOD left, and trying to put a pin on a definitive end date really just harms the experience of people that could still have months and not years of fun with the content that already exists and is coming. SOD will end in the sense that we will stop actively developing new large amounts of new content, but it won't be a hard it ends today date. We have no intention of closing SOD servers. I can't say never because I don't know the future, but I can say that much like Era, we have no plans at all to close them, and I do expect some amount of the population will continue on when active development slows, just as we see in Era today. I think that once people see what's in the next phase, this will be even more likely. And that's true. Era is popular. Era kept going no matter what. I think Era had like 15, 20,000 active players the entire time. Era will always stay popular because it's the core gameplay loop. And same thing with SOD. There's a lot of SOD players that will never go back to Era. They can't do it. They can't stomach it. The last thing I'll say is that everything we've done in SOD is for a reason. We have big aspirations as a team, but we have had to learn some hard lessons about what is and isn't appropriate. Even in a very, quotation marks, aggressively progressive version of vanilla, I've said in interviews in the past that if we try and take on something like a so-called Classic Plus, we want to be confident going into that we can deliver something that most people who want that sort of thing will like. They've been planning and working and probably canceling and rebooting Classic Plus for a long time now. I don't think SOD is what I'd call an ideal Classic Plus, even if it is hands down my favorite version of WoW I've ever played in 21 years of playing WoW, 15 years of working WoW, 7 years working on Classic. There are some things that we did in SOD that we will never do again, incursions. And there are many more things in SOD that we want to keep developing and carry forward. Class optimization, new items, gear changes, gear optimization, that's all good stuff. To put a pin in that, our team is also growing, so specifically in the department of design, i.e. people who can truly build new content. Turtle WoW, watch out, SOD's coming. That alone is very exciting. So yeah, we aren't going to go out and be disingenuous about SOD. SOD has the word season in the title, and that means that at some point we will shift more focus onto other things. But just because that will eventually happen doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy it now if it's something you enjoy or think you might enjoy. It's never too late to start, and the more eyes and feedback and lessons we get from what we put out on SOD, the better the next thing we work on will be. We'll have one out about Scarlet Enclave and what's next pretty soon, so sit tight for that. That's the big thing. This is all amazing news, but it's in a YouTube comment. An interview, a round of interviews, a press kit, information that would have been amazing, a Warcraft Direct, would have changed the whole past 6 months of negativity. All we needed was the future is bright. SOD is a test for the future. We're working on making the best version of Classic we possibly can. SOD is not it. SOD is an experiment. Calm down. Your characters aren't getting deleted. We're going to go to SOD era at the end. Let's cook people. Believe in us. Something as simple as that would have saved a lot of headache, a lot of heartache, and a lot of the problems that the SOD player base has had. Because SOD is my favorite version of WoW ever. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's amazing. But communication has been problematic. And the Classic dev team, no matter how amazing they are, I think they've got limited communication at a directive of Blizzard. All they need to do is really talk to us and explain things. And I think that would make things cook. And I would think it would calm the player base down to a T. But that's just my personal opinion. So thank you all for watching. I'm excited as all hell about the future of SOD. Phase 8 is going to be amazing. And the eventual Classic Plus is going to bang. Especially after they've learned a lot of lessons. And now they're specifically hiring designers and content creators. When I say content creators, I mean like creation of content, not YouTube. Classic Plus is going to be amazing, and I can't wait to see it, discover it, and explore it with everybody. So thank you all for watching. If you like this video, like and subscribe. If you hated it, understandable. Dislike and subscribe anyway so you can dislike the next video. Ebonheart out. Peace.